Aloha from Hawaii. My name is Justin Wilkens. I'm a research biologist with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. I'm part of a team collaborating with the University of Hawaii's Kewalo Marine Laboratory, where we are studying the effects of dredging on corals in the Honolulu Harbor. The Honolulu Harbor, located on the island of Oahu, is the primary commercial transportation center for the state of Hawaii. In fact, more than 95% of all goods imported to the islands come by ship through this harbor. In order to maintain safe navigation in Honolulu Harbor, the Corps of Engineers will be dredging approximately 150,000 cubic yards of sediment in the harbor in 2021. Both the inner harbor and the entrance to the harbor contain coral resources. Corals are an important part of the marine ecosystem and provide many benefits, including habitat, food, and coastline protection. Today I'll be giving a virtual tour of our laboratory space at the Kewalo Marine Laboratory, where we will be conducting a series of experiments with corals to learn more about the effects of dredging-induced sedimentation and turbidity on coral in the harbor. To safely complete dredging projects while protecting sensitive coral species, the Corps of Engineers works closely with local and federal resource agencies to minimize impacts to corals. While dredging, a turbidity plume is created and may drift onto nearby coral reefs. If this happens, the plume will reduce underwater light penetration through the water column or smother the corals as suspended sediments resettle. The Corps of Engineers has a unique laboratory exposure system designed to simulate dredging plumes, which allows us to study the effects of this physical exposure on aquatic organisms. The system was shipped from the Corps of Engineers Research Laboratory in Vicksburg, Mississippi, to the Kewalo Marine Laboratory, where it was reassembled for the study. We have worked closely with the University of Hawaii graduate students and staff to collect and prepare corals for the experiments. We will conduct 2 18-day experiments using locally collected coral species to better understand the effects of dredging both within the harbor and the entrance channel. The knowledge we develop in the laboratory will go into a risk assessment to help minimize dredging effects on corals in the harbor. This is a team effort requiring cooperation between the Corps of Engineers, University of Hawaii, local, state, and federal agencies, including the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. The main goal is to ensure safe navigation through the Honolulu Harbor by completing the maintenance dredging project while also protecting important coral resources. This project is funded by Corps of Engineers, Dredging Operations and Environmental Research Program, as well as the Ecosystem Management and Restoration Research Program.